Welcome to This Explainer. I'm so glad you're here. Today, we're diving into something that is literally rewiring our entire world. Think of artificial intelligence like digital clay. It's this incredibly powerful, raw material. And right now, society is in the active process of shaping it. But why this matters so urgently is that this clay is rapidly hardening into permanent infrastructure. If we aren't super careful right now, it can easily take on forms and enforce systems we never intended. So, we're going to bypass the noise today and give you a clear, structured look at where we actually stand.
Well, this brings us to the million-dollar question of our era. Is AI our greatest tool or our biggest risk? It perfectly captures the tension we're all feeling, right? On one hand, we have this revolutionary computational tool that can solve previously impossible logistical and scientific problems. But on the other hand, we have an unprecedented system introducing entirely new categories of risk. Keep this dual nature in the back of your mind as we explore how this plays out in the real world.
Here is our roadmap for today. 1. The dual edge of AI. 2. Automation in the workplace. 3. Bias in the machine. 4. Privacy and deepfake threats. 5. Financial scams and crypto. And finally, 6. Securing our AI future. Let's get to it.
Section 1. The dual edge of AI. Transforming industries. Okay, to really establish the stakes here, we have to weigh the incredible opportunities against the very real risks. We are talking about fundamentally rewiring how global logistics, medicine, and tech operate. I mean, think about discovering new pharmaceuticals in a matter of days instead of decades. That's a game changer. But you simply cannot have those massive benefits without accepting and actively managing the systemic risks attached to them. It's an absolutely massive balancing act, and understanding both sides is crucial for anyone looking to use this tech safely.
Section 2. Automation and the workplace. The human impact. This is where the technology stops being abstract and starts hitting close to home. AI drives this mind-blowing workflow efficiency, right? But the catch is that it directly threatens to replace certain jobs in the process. And the friction we're seeing isn't just about losing traditional roles, it's about the massive, rapid reskilling required for entire sectors just to survive. It's forcing workers and legacy industries into a really tough spot, where adaptation is no longer optional. It's the ultimate double-edged sword for the modern economy.
Section 3. Bias in the machine. Flawed foundations.
We need to talk about bias data, which is flawed information fed into an AI system that leads to unfair decisions. You know, it's actually kind of ironically fascinating. You'd think these perfect mathematical systems would be totally objective, right? Actually, scratch that. They learn their deepest flaws directly from us. AI models are entirely dependent on their training data. So if historically prejudiced or skewed data gets fed in, the AI doesn't magically fix it, it absorbs it. And worse, it weaponizes it at scale. We're accidentally hard-coding our own blind spots into these automated systems.
And this isn't just a coding error, it's a huge societal roadblock. Unfair AI decisions actively impact hiring, healthcare, finance, and other critical areas. Imagine a highly qualified candidate getting denied an interview just because of a biased keyword filter, or an AI deprioritizing medical care for a specific demographic based on historical access data. It could even automatically reject a perfectly viable loan application just because of a zip code. Securing clean, objective training data is for sure one of the biggest challenges in tech today.
Section 4. Privacy and deepfake threats. The war on truth.
So as we look at societal risks, privacy concerns are absolutely skyrocketing because AI processes large amounts of personal information. These large language models have this insatiable appetite, digesting terabytes of our data daily. Every click, every preference, every geotag, it's all potential training fuel. Because of this, data privacy isn't just some terms of service box you check anymore, it is literally the most critical battleground of the decade. Protecting your info is a monumental challenge right now.
Which brings us to the deepfake, realistic fake content and misinformation generated by artificial intelligence. If AI is our digital clay, deepfakes are the tools being sculpted specifically to deceive. We are way past cheap Photoshop tricks here. We're dealing with hyper-realistic fabrications that blur the line between reality and fiction seamlessly. The tech has advanced so fast that pretty much anyone with a laptop can generate synthetic media that looks and sounds 100% authentic. It's wild, and it's a totally new frontier of deception.
These fakes are actively weaponized, creating misinformation that misleads people and damages trust online.
Whether it's a fabricated video of a world leader trying to sway an election or a cloned audio clip of a CEO authorizing a fraudulent wire transfer, it's actively being used to mislead us. This systematically dismantles our digital trust. It creates this environment where verifying reality is incredibly difficult, forcing us to constantly ask, am I actually listening to a human right now or just a machine hallucination?
Section 5. Financial Scams in Crypto. The Financial Frontier.
This is where the risks come directly for your wallet. There are massive threats to investors right now: AI-powered scams, fake projects, and market manipulation. The crypto space is uniquely vulnerable here. Bad actors are deploying AI to generate entirely fake, incredibly legitimate-looking projects literally overnight. They automate highly targeted phishing scams and execute market manipulation at speeds we humans just can't track. It makes the scams relentlessly efficient, putting everyday investors at serious financial risk.
Section 6. Securing our AI future, sculpting a safe path.
Okay, deep breath. We are not powerless here. To sculpt the safe path, we need a sequential defense checklist. 1. Transparency. 2. Regular audits. 3. Ethical practices. And 4. Stronger cybersecurity. Companies absolutely have to open up the black box and be transparent. We need rigorous third-party audits to hunt down hidden biases, strict ethical guardrails right from the deployment phase, and ironclad cybersecurity to protect the data feeding the beast. Doing this systematically is how we keep things in check.
Which brings us to the bottom line of our explainer. AI undeniably offers incredible opportunities, but it demands responsible use, deep awareness, and effective regulation. We cannot ignore its potential, but minimizing the very real dangers, like rapid job loss, algorithmic bias, and hyper-efficient fraud, requires a strict, non-negotiable balance. Developers have to be responsible, users have to stay hyper-aware, and our institutions have to step up with thoughtful regulations to set the boundaries.
As we navigate this rapidly changing world, that digital clay is still in our hands. But the window to mold it safely, to build those guardrails, is closing fast. So I want to leave you with this final provocative thought. How will we shape the future of AI before it shapes us? Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer. Stay curious, stay focused, and keep learning.